Good Thursday evening, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Mallory Schnell here with Meteorologist John Gordon. We are going to talk you through our weather impact alert day that we have on tap on Friday due to the increasing threat for severe storms, especially by the afternoon and evening hours. So we're going to walk you through our threats, the latest timing, and kind of give you that peace of mind as we do get prepared for another round of severe weather heading into tomorrow. So once again, tomorrow, a weather impact alert day. You can see especially afternoon and evening. We'll walk you through hour by hour in just a moment, but we're talking about all weather impacts on the table: damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes.
Everything. This is the real deal. I believe there's a 100% chance there'll be warnings tomorrow. I think tomorrow evening is a real problem. If you've got plans, there's graduations, there's parties, there's lots going on. You need to really make informed decisions because the weather will not be good in the evening.
It's going to be a very active day tomorrow. So now is the time to be prepared and make sure you, of course, have several ways to receive alerts as we head throughout your Friday. So here's that severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center for your Friday. And you can see we were upgraded to that level 4 out of 5. That's what you're seeing in the red there all across Kentucky. So this is pretty much for all of our viewing area going into tomorrow.
Several of my friends and I were making bets 3 days ago there would be a moderate, and we all predicted there would be. That's a really good area. If anything, they may expand it a hair off to the southeast. So just have to see how that plays out. But it's a very well-placed area, and you'll see why here momentarily, why they upgraded.
Yeah, so these are pretty much each and every threat that we're going to go by one. So this is the damaging wind potential, and this is what we're really worried about tomorrow. Yeah,
you may think, why are they showing tornado threat first? Because the main threat is the wind. So what's going to happen is we have wind shear. We have a lot of wind in the atmosphere, like 70 to 100 miles per hour that's coming overhead tomorrow afternoon and evening. Then below, you have all this instability. Tomorrow's going to be muggy. What are you going for a high tomorrow? You're going in the upper 80s?
Mid to upper 80s,
Mid to upper 80s. So we have all that moisture. We have the dew points increasing into the 60s. We have all that heat and humidity. And then in the atmosphere, it's very cold up top. So that is strong indication of a wind threat. You see the 45%, and it's hatched, which means they have a tremendous confidence that it's going to happen. So you're going to see what we think is a Boeing echo, which looks like this, and it's going to move from the west to the east, probably 4 to 8 p.m., something like that. That's just the first wave.
Yes, so damaging winds, that's what, of course, we are really concerned about, but tornadoes, not off the table.
Yeah, and they hatched it, which means that in that area you see, so the borders are Cincinnati, Indy, Nashville, over to Poplar Bluff, south of St. Louis, across the Wabash. So that covers most of our area, all of our area. So that means there's going to be, they predict an EF2 or greater tornado in that area. I really believe there's a strong tornado threat west of 65, especially west of our viewing area. Places like Evansville, Owensboro, Paducah, Carbondale, really in a bad spot tomorrow afternoon and evening.
And that's where we're looking for those more discrete cells that look to fire up. And once again, we're going to take you hour by hour with that futurecast in just a moment. And then on top of all of that, hail, large hail.
Yeah, I just got a new roof the last 2 days, so let's avoid Middletown. But we have a 30% hail potential. They have been moving this east through time at the Storm Prediction Center. What we're going to see is there's so much instability, and that's going to push up through what we call the freezing level, and it will go up and above, and it kind of goes like this, and these storms will really have a lot of ice in them, especially west of 65, but the whole area is under the threat.
Yeah, so if you have a garage, definitely want to use it tomorrow.
Yes.
All right, so our hour-by-hour futurecast, this starts off tomorrow morning. And we do want to point out that we are expecting some activity in the morning hours. Now, the exact placement and timing, of course, that's been moving around a little bit with each kind of model run, but we are expecting some storms, some of which could be strong, might contain some hail tomorrow morning.
I've seen events like this, and I'm not comparing this to Henryville, okay? But I've seen events like Henryville. We had a wave in the morning, and what you'll probably see is some very heavy rain and some pea-sized hail in the morning. I've seen this on other events. Super Tuesday, I saw this. I've seen this several times where you have a wave in the morning. You see that it's 9 o'clock on the Impact Futurecast, and a lot of the heavier stuff to the south, but anywhere basically 64 southbound. Watch how quick this goes away. Bye. Yeah. That's noon tomorrow. So you may think tomorrow, oh, I'd like a sunny day. No, you do not.
No.
Sun,
Instability
is not good.
Yeah.
Sun will really make things, you see the temperature there at noon there in Louisville, 82, 76 Frankfurt, 76 Bardstown. The more sun we get, it provides more fuel. See that stuff to the southwest, that's 4 o'clock. That's approaching I-165 in Evansville, and there it is, 6 o'clock into the western part of our viewing area. So if you're in, whether it's Meade, Grayson, counties off to the west, you're getting right there at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. These storms here will have tremendous wind, heavy rain, lightning, and if you look at some of the orientations of them, Mallory, some of them look like they could be rotating at that point. So that's why the tornado threat is in there.
Yeah, and that's why we're talking about all severe weather threats being on the table here. And I know I don't want anybody to be surprised by that rain tomorrow morning, depending on where it sets up, because as you mentioned, we still have plenty of time throughout the warmest part of the day for that atmosphere to recover, to tap into more of that fuel. Fuel is still at an all-time high tomorrow with the heat and humidity on tap.
Let's look at this right here. This is really key. So some of the models that we look at 2-3 days ago were showing this big one wave and then moving east. And I thought, I don't think that's going to happen. Well, here's what's going on. Look behind this main wave. If you look at Tell City, Hardensburg, Grayson County, Litchfield, our friends down there on the WG Parkway, those kind of look discrete, which means there's a tornado threat with that area right there that I would be worried about maybe 7, 8, 9 o'clock. Those are the ones that could have large hail. You might see some tornado warnings come flying out of the western part from the Weather Service in Paducah and Louisville. And then what's going to happen as we go forward is that will get absorbed by the cold front.
Yes.
That will pick up the whole enchilada. You see the whole thing on the 71 corridor, 64 corridor, Corydon, Frankfurt, Louisville. Those will have tremendously high rates of rain and wind. This is a wind threat now.
Yes.
And then that's going to push off to the east by 3 in the morning.
I mean, yeah, it's out of here by, I would say, 1 a.m. probably.
Yeah.
And totally out of here.
Out of here. Look at that.
Early Saturday morning.
60s.
And then we can all breathe a sigh of relief.
Yes.
But as we've been talking, I mean, this could be an event that we're tracking off and on between about 4 and midnight, just coming in different waves.
Yes. It's not just one and done, unfortunately. So I know the people had a lot of plans tomorrow night.
Right.
And I'm sorry if you're graduating high school or college tomorrow night. But your folks have got to make some very big decisions because it's going to be very dangerous storms in the area. This is not, I 100% guarantee there will be warnings tomorrow. Period.
Yes, yes. So this setup really doesn't have many bust potentials, as we were talking about. We always try to look and see, okay, what could cause it to bust? And I mean, we just have all of the ingredients on the table for tomorrow.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Now, they do have a slight risk even for tonight. I don't think that's going to happen. You see the stuff down there by Paducah along the Western Kentucky Parkway. I think that stuff is really just going to be good old-fashioned rain, a little lightning and thunder. That's about it.
Yeah,
the main show, I don't know if you want to show them up north.
Zooming off to the north.
Look at what's going on. There's a deep, can you see where the low is? Anybody? Look in the Dakotas.
That swirl.
Yeah, now you got that giant arcing warm front that goes from Duluth down into Lake Superior, down towards Chicago. Not good night to fly at O'Hare. And they're issuing a variety of warnings all across Wisconsin and Illinois right now. And as that cold front gets pushed east tomorrow afternoon, you'll see storms fire in Missouri and Arkansas. Probably 2, 3 o'clock. And once that happens, it's going to go this way.
Heading our direction.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's really going to be key when we see those storms fire up, the initiation of that. Timing with this, I would say, is a little bit tougher than the event that we worked on April 2nd, because with this event, we're having rounds of storms ahead of the main event that will somehow impact, of course, when exactly we see initiation and when those storms move in. Because with that April 2nd event, we were so, I mean, the timing was just on point.
It was.
But this one is a little bit more give and take with the exact hour that we're going to see these storms roll through tomorrow.
Right. I think the worst of tomorrow evening is between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. I think in that, I mean, as early as 4, as late as 2 a.m., I guess, would be there.
I know that's a huge window, but
I think the worst of the worst is 6 to 9.
Yeah. I agree with that. So really early to mid-evening, I guess, is a good way to see that.
Yeah.
This is just a look at all the activity once again going on across the country. You can see the red or pink color. Those are your tornado watches, which we will likely have one tomorrow. Severe thunderstorm watches in the yellow off to our east.
Yeah.
And as we've been talking about all this fuel, today it felt like a day that was going to storm because temperatures well into the 80s. We had low 90s in Chicago earlier. And you tap into all of this moisture, these dew points.
Look at this right
just
now.
Gross,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah, it really is. It is. So here's the deal on this. The higher this number is, the more dangerous of a situation it is for storms to really go severe. And you see basically almost a 70-degree dew point line up there from Memphis up towards Evansville. That whole moisture will be in place tomorrow. The one thing that's really key is how high the temperature will get tomorrow because of the cloud cover from the waves in the morning. The higher it goes tomorrow, the worse it will be tomorrow evening. So it's not like it might happen, it's going to happen. So stay tuned to HAS tomorrow. We're going to be busy.
Yes.
We're going to be right here.
Yes.
We've got some new radar software we're going to use. And I'm excited about that and try to help you make some good decisions at home. Start your plan now. Have a plan of action. What would you do if you were at the graduation tomorrow evening and there's a tornado warning? What would you do if there's a soccer game? What would you do? What would you do at home?
Yeah, it's always good to have those severe weather actions in place and to know what you're going to do. That way, when there are warnings, you're not panicking. You know exactly what to do. You're getting in your safe place. And as we mentioned before, just make sure you have multiple ways to receive those weather warnings here. I do just want to hit the 7-8. This is storm energy. That's the way to look at
There's a lot of it.
There's a lot of it tomorrow, as we've been saying. A lot of that heat, a lot of that humidity as well.
Oh, look at that. Nicer.
The good news is this pushes down to our south tomorrow night. And then we take a breather.
Beautiful weekend.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. So Mother Nature got the memo for that.
Yeah.
Could become unsettled again next week, but we'll get to that when we get to it. But yes, all in all, we just want you all to stay weather alert, stay informed over the next 24 to 30 hours or so as we walk you through this. We're going to have another live stream tomorrow. I'll kick it off. John will join me at some point in the afternoon. That's going to be out ahead of our 4 p.m. newscast tomorrow. So we're just going to kind of delve into the latest data, let you know how things are looking, if timing has changed at all tomorrow. But we just want you to stay informed so you can make the best decision for, of course, you and your family.
That's right. The last thing I want to say is I really think tomorrow there'll be flash flood warnings as well. There's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere.
Yes.
You can feel it when you walk outside.
Very juicy.
You heard she telling it's gross out? Yes, it is. So I think there's some of these storms will go over the same areas.
Yes.
So you will see in the midst of that, you'll see multiple different, your phone will be buzzing tomorrow.
Yeah, so once again, make sure you have multiple ways to receive alerts. I'll be back on air at 11 o'clock this evening, of course, with the WHAS 11 newscast. And then Matt will have you covered in the morning because we're likely going to have some storms on the radar then. I'll be back in early afternoon and we'll have another live stream between 2 and 4 tomorrow. I'll just kind of be talking to you, taking your questions as well, and get you prepared for what's to come Friday afternoon and evening. So, John, you have anything else?
No, be prepared, folks. It's the real deal.
All right.
I hope we don't have tornadoes, but we will have wind for sure.
Yes, yes. So please be prepared. But that's all we have for now. Thank you all so much for tuning into this live stream, and I'll catch you at 11, and we'll both catch you tomorrow. So have a good night.